If you have heard me speak about circulating capital, and you have said, Chief, at times you have to break down these terms so that we can understand. Let me take this opportunity to do just that. Circulating capital is the amount of money a country or city has that circulates within it, that aids in living, commerce, and external trade. When people work, at the end of their pay cycle, they are given a salary or wage. They have certain responsibility. First thing they have to do is to pay their rent to keep a roof over their heads. They have to buy food to ensure that they remain nourished. They have to pay their utility bills, light, water, phone, etc. to ensure that they have the convenience of life, which would make it easier for them to get about and do their duties. They will give their family some because their family members also have needs they must take care of. They will socialize with some, and some they will put away as savings, putting up something for a rainy day. When a person gets paid, he does not just keep all of the money. A lot of people benefit from the wages of that person. For example, his landlord gets some, the supermarket gets some, the light company gets some, the water company gets some, his family gets some, the bar that he goes to or the movies get some, and some is entrusted to the bank as savings. The same thing happens in a business. Let us take a supermarket for example. Everyone have to eat, and we go to the supermarket and we make our purchases. So we spend some of the money we get from our wages at the supermarket. The money the supermarket made is from the circulating capital. But the supermarket have responsibilities also. They have to pay their workers a wage. They have to pay their utility bills, light, water, phone, etc. to ensure that the business is on top and can communicate with their purchasers easily. They have to pay tradesmen to repair broken things when they break. They have to pay people to fix their equipments, and they have to restock and buy new equipments when they're broken. Did you notice something here? The money does not stay in one place. It keeps going from hand to hand to hand. That is why it is called circulating capital, because the money circulates. From our salaries, we spend money to satisfy our needs. In the same way the business spend money to keep their operation running so that they can make more monies. When a worker put monies in a bank as savings, or a business put monies into the bank as profits, those monies are temporarily taken out of circulation. That means there's less money to be spent at the business places. There are three means by which monies are taken out of circulation. When monies are put in the bank as savings, when we import commodities from overseas, or when we send monies away as gift to other people overseas. The more things a country imports, is the less circulating capital available in that country. That means there are less monies to pay salaries, and when there are not enough money to pay salaries, people lose their jobs. When less people are working and less money are circulating, that means less people go to the stores to shop. Less people shopping means less sales and small profit, in some case no profit at all. The government's main responsibility is to maintain the circulating capital or to grow the circulating capital. The more a country imports things from outside of its country, the less circulating capital is there. This will give rise in unemployment, and a lot of enterprise will go out of business. It is the responsibility of a government to find a way to export much more than they import. When a government is able to export more than they import, what happens? The circulating capital grows. Businesses can expand and employ more people. More people are able to afford the things they need and want. This means that that country is experiencing an economic bloom. When a country imports much more than they export, the opposite happens. Less circulating capital, less money circulating, less spending, greater unemployment, more business failed and had to close their doors. Poverty, homelessness, and crime ensues. Let me give you a practical example as what happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In 1984, when James Mitchell became Prime Minister and the NDP government were put in control of the nation's resources, James Mitchell, in his effort to wipe away Milton Cato's legacy, did several things. The first thing James Mitchell did was to take away the subsidy from the coconut oil factory. The coconut oil factory had old machineries and their operational costs were very high. Milton Cato, understanding the importance of the coconut oil factory, purchased a lot of copra from small farmers. In some cases, that was their only means of income. They utilized a commodity we had an abundance of, and they produced a commodity that was exported within the region. Milton Cato knew, even though the coconut oil factory was not turning a profit for the owners, it was utilizing a commodity that we had an abundance of, and it was bringing in needed foreign exchange, and it grows the circulating capital. When James Mitchell closed on that operation, we find ourselves in a situation where we were importing the same commodities that the coconut oil factory were producing, which is coconut oil and soaps. Now needed circulating capital was leaving the country. The second thing he did was to close down the diamond dairy operation. When he did that, he put hundreds of workers out of a job. He leave all of the equipment idle, and now businesses in St. Vincent and the Grenadines were expending valuable circulating capital to purchase the things the diamond dairy were producing and even selling within the region. The next thing James Mitchell did is he closed down the sugar factory. He took away the bread and butter from hundreds of cane farmers, factory workers, clerical and distribution workers that work with the sugar factory. As a result, St. Vincent and the Grenadines have to now expend valuable circulating capital to purchase sugar from overseas for domestic and commercial use. James Mitchell sat back and watched as the Camden Park Industrial Estate, which employed thousands of Vincentians, was slowly dismantled. The foreign investors who operate their factories there packed up and went to another country. James Mitchell's combined actions caused a rise of two phenomena in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Large unemployment gave rise to people unable to pay their rents, and this led to mass squatting in the Diamonds and the Utley Hall area, and an influx of people trying to make a living turned to the streets of Kingston, St. Vincent and the Grenadines as street vendors, crowding the streets, creating a very unhealthy and unsightly environment. James Mitchell's actions took away St. Vincent and the Grenadines' ability to export a large amount of commodities to our neighbors. And in turn, we begin to spend a large quantity of the circulating capital to import the things we were producing on a large and very high quality scale.